from Southern Maryland's weather leader. This is a JB Weather Alert.
Hello and good morning. I'm Forecaster John Bordash with you just after 9 o'clock, right around 9:12, to give you a weather update on what we have going on across the region. We have multiple reports of flooding coming in. We have several flood warnings. We have a couple of flash flood warnings, and we're looking at a pretty active situation across the region right now. Over the last several hours, we've seen heavy rain that developed across parts of northern Virginia start to work their way south and eastward, moving over the DC metro area late last night and early this morning, and then pushing through our northern zones in Charles, PG, and Anne Arundel County right before sunrise. And now we've been seeing that flooding and that heavy rain really focus across parts of St. Mary's County, southern parts of Calvert County, southern Charles County, and through the northern neck. The most pressing issues we have right now are going to be two flash flood warnings that are currently in effect, and those are here in these green polygons. This first one up here in St. Mary's County, this is going to be in effect until 10:30, and the National Weather Service has added a considerable threat tag to this warning. This means that this is going to be a high impact situation, and you're not going to want to be out traveling or in low-lying areas until this warning is allowed to expire. And again, that goes until 10:30. Between 2 to 4 inches of rain has already fallen in this region, and additional amounts of 1 to 2 inches are going to be possible. So areas that are going to be impacted by this flash flood warning in St. Mary's County are going to be Leonardtown, White Point Beach, Compton, Clements, Oakley, Loveville, Able, Morganza, Helen, Bushwood, Tintop Hill Avenue, Chactico, Redgate, and Maddox. And then we have an additional flash flood warning down here for Westmoreland County, parts of Richmond County. This goes until noon. At 9:01, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across this warned area. Between 1.5 inches and 2.5 inches of rain has fallen in this region, and an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain will be possible in this region as well as rain continues to push through. Now, if I turn these warnings off quick, you will notice these little green icons here. These are all storm reports we have coming in from across St. Mary's County. The one out here towards California is reporting that Maple Road is closed in several locations due to high water. In the Clements area, high water has been reported on Budge Creek, leading to that road being closed. In Maddox, Maddox Road is closed near Burroughs Run due to water moving across the roadway, and that roadway is now closed. Down here towards the Able area on over towards Oakley, the Tomoken Creek flowing over Colton's Point Road and Oakley Road. Those roads are closed. And lastly, down here just south of Oakley, several roads are closed near Avenue, Able, and Colton's Point due to small streams flowing over the roads. Some roads have shoulders completely washed out. So that's what we have going on across the region this morning. We have a very active setup. If we take a look at some of the precipitation that has been recorded here across our region, we'll see if we can't get this to want to work, and it seems like it's one of those mornings where we're maybe doing a little bit too much. So we'll see what we're able to get loaded up here. We'll let this load through. But what we have been able to notice is that heavy rain has really been an issue across the region as we continue to push on through. And you can see here with this area shaded in red, this is going to be where that heaviest rain has fallen overnight into this morning. That is representative of over 3 inches of rain. Radar's estimating up near 5 inches of rain in the Leonardtown region, as well as down here just south of Oakley in the Avenue area down towards the Colton's Point region, extending up towards Hollywood in 3 Notch Road there, 235. This is where that heaviest rain has been located. Southern St. Mary's County hasn't gotten in on too much rain. You're talking about generally about 1/2 inch of rain. Most of Calvert County has seen some decent rains. Nothing too extreme though, and then our other area of heavy rain was up here in northern parts of Charles and St. Mary's County, or northern Charles, southern Prince George's County overnight. So we do have a couple of just large-scale flood warnings in effect. These aren't as serious as a flash flood warning, but you do still want to take them seriously. Flood warning until noon today for St. Mary's County. That's pretty obvious given what we have going on out there. We have an additional flood warning for parts of Charles and PG County that goes until 11. Then another flood warning in effect for east central parts of Anne Arundel County, and that's going to be going for you until 1 o'clock. By and large today, it looks like intermittent rain showers will be possible. We're kind of at the end part of this first round of heavy rain that started moving through at about 3 or 4 o'clock. That's now beginning to wind down. We should see a little bit of a break over the next few hours, which will help to alleviate some of the pressing flooding concerns we have. But then another area of heavier rain is going to be looking to move in after about 2 o'clock. That could linger as late as sunset, bringing additional flooding issues. Taking a look at Futurecast this morning, and I'll let this run through. This is from earlier this morning. You can see that it has that rain lingering across the region throughout the morning. Bit of a midday break, but then we see rain build back into the region and really focus on southern Maryland this evening. And that's going to bring with it the potential for additional rain amounts. And by and large, I think what we're talking about is the potential for an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain. You might see some localized higher amounts along I-95, but really anywhere in our region, 1 to 2 zone or that 2 to 4 zone, you could see locally higher totals. So that means that your specific community could see the potential for more than 2 inches or more than 4 inches of rain if you get one of those heavy pockets of rain to sit over you. And that's what we've seen going on across parts of central St. Mary's County this morning. So everyone will need to stay aware. We do have that elevated to significant flooding risk across the region. I do believe that that's going to continue to be a theme as we head throughout the day today, and that's going to be leading to some impacts for you. So I really wouldn't advise traveling, going outside, or having any outdoor events today, just because of the nature of the rain. Not everyone's going to see the heavy rain. Not everyone's going to see crazy flooding. But those that do, you could be looking at high impacts. And that's what we have going on across St. Mary's County this morning, with multiple roads closed. I'm not even sure if I try to have a comprehensive list of every road that's closed, I would be able to keep that updated, because so many roads are closed, and some pretty big ones as well. Budds Creek Road, Maddox, all these roads being closed. So be aware as you head out there. And if you do come across a flooded roadway, if you need to travel, turn around, don't drown. Find an alternative route. Those roads can flood very easily, and that is really going to be the highest impact today. That threat of flash flooding leading to numerous downpours, and again, that instances of flash flooding. That's what we have going on across the region. We could have a little bit of a wind threat later on today. Could see some 40, 50, maybe even 60 mile an hour wind gusts, but I really don't think severe weather is going to be the big thing today. It really is going to be this flash flooding threat. Flash flooding really can escalate quickly, and it can happen very suddenly and catch you off guard, especially if you're out traveling. So you're going to want to avoid flooded roadways, and you want to steer clear of low-lying areas. If you live in an area that is low-lying, try to seek shelter in a higher-level area if you can, if one of these warnings does get issued. Coming back over here to live radar, though, let's go ahead, take you back to what we're taking a look at. And let's turn our warnings back on. What you can see is that we are beginning to look at the heaviest rain start to come to an end. And if I take this back, let's just say over the last 3 hours. And I'll let this loop through. So let's actually take it back 4. What you can see is early this morning, let's take this back, we saw that heavy rain kind of really focused here, parts of St. Mary's, parts of Calvert County. And as we've pushed through this morning, you can see that the rain is pushed from west to east, but it's also sagged south. So we've seen that heavy rain slowly sag its way now down to the northern neck. And that's eventually going to impact southern parts of St. Mary's County. So parts of Lexington Park down towards St. Mary's City, St. Inigo's, Ridge, Scotland, St. George Island. Be aware that you're going to have to deal with some of this heavy rain, and that has again prompted that flash flood warning for parts of the northern neck. But behind this, we don't have much else going on out there to the north and west. It's rather quiet. You still have some light rain showers, but nothing too heavy. But what we're going to be watching is this rain back here in Kentucky, parts of Ohio. It doesn't look like much right now, but once that crosses the mountains later on this afternoon and heads into our region, that's going to help to spark another round of potentially heavy rain across the region, leading to additional flooding impacts for some of you. So stay weather aware, stay with JB Weather for the latest information. jbweather.net is really going to be the most powerful tool you'll be able to utilize today. Live interactive radar and Futurecast is going to be on jbweather.net/radar. radar. And then we have a live blog today where I'm providing continuous updates. You don't even need to refresh the page. The page updates itself, and I'll be pushing out alerts throughout the day and updates and any news store reports that are coming in. So stay safe out there. I'll continue to keep you updated with the latest information. Until next time, I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Have a nice and safe one, and keep it tuned right here to JB Weather for the latest information.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.